For more on this, let's turn to perhaps the most prominent Democratic journalist in America. From Washington, Ariana Huffington, co-founder and editor-in-chief of the Huffington Post.
Hello.
Welcome, Ariana. My breath is bated. Where do you stand on this compromise?
Well, I don't consider it a compromise. It's so interesting that this word is being used. A compromise would have been to extend, let's say, tax cuts after $1 million. I don't see where the compromise is. We cannot possibly consider extending unemployment benefits for 13 months as opposed to 2 years a compromise. So that's really, for me, the disconnect. This is a complete capitulation, and also without a fight. And while the Democrats are still in the majority, that's what is so utterly fascinating. They're not yet in the minority, so they cannot argue, well, you know, they were in control of the House, who had lost control of the agenda. We had to do this. They didn't have to do this. And listen to Mary Landrieu, you know, a conservative senator from Louisiana. She called it effectively immoral to, at this moment in our economic history, give those kind of tax cuts to people who don't need them and who are not in any conceivable and measurable way going to help the economy grow.
So all the fury directed at the president is justified, in your opinion?
Yes, and really what is amazing in the soundbite you played is the fact that he still is not getting why people, not just Democrats, a lot of people who had advised against extending the tax cuts for everyone, including Warren Buffett, would not be in favor of this. This is not a question of the base or the left. This is what is in the interest of the American public, what is in the interest of growing our economy.
You know, Ariana, as you point out, Democrats still have a majority in both houses of Congress. There's a Democrat in the White House. And it seems to me this is the sort of proposal that would have come out of a Republican White House. If President Bush had been the president, we'd look at this and say, OK, that's what you get for electing President Bush. Is there any hope that you can get the Democratic Senate to stand up and push back and say, forget it and no deal?
Well, this will be an interesting moment for Harry Reid. After all, he won an election most people didn't think he was going to win. So there he is. It's like kind of having been given a death sentence, and then suddenly you have a reprieve. You should be feeling a little liberated. So I hope that he finds the kind of boldness that is needed right now. And it was fascinating to hear what Mary Landrieu said. And it would be interesting if some of the opposition to this package comes from conservative Democrats in the Senate.
Well, Ariana, you know good and well that if this were the Republicans who needed to say no and put a stop to something they didn't want, they would be organized, disciplined, and unstoppable. Can the Democrats pull that off? I mean, do you think a filibuster is likely?
It's certainly possible. Whether it's likely depends on how many people are prepared to draw a line in the sand. You know, the president said that he has multiple lines in the sand. Well, right now we just need one. And when he said that the American public and the American middle class, he said today, were held hostage by the Republicans. This is the other disconnect we've seen during his presidency, a disconnect between very fiery, populist language and very compromised actions. And we've seen that again and again. The reason why businesses keep saying how against them he is not because of what he has done, but because of some of the language he has used.